Hello, my name is Paul Kroto. I'm a Diamond Director with drinka.c.t, and in this short video, I would like to go over with you Law number 13 of the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, the Law of the Picture. The Law of the Picture simply states that people do what people see. And we've heard this saying dozens of times. Great leaders lead by example. Leading by example is what the Law of the Picture is all about. There's some great sentences in chapter 13 of the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. One sentence is, if you are a parent, you probably already realize that your children are always watching what you do. No matter what you teach your children, they will always do what you do. And there's no better illustration of this really than negative things. You know, as children are growing up and they're young, they see what a mess the house is. And you tell them to go clean their room. And they're thinking to themselves, well, the house is a mess or your room's a mess. Why should I clean my room? So they're watching what you do, not listening to what you say, really. If as they get older, and maybe they're 8 years old or 10 years old, if you start swearing around them a lot, they're going to pick up on that. And they're going to start swearing too. So even though you tell your children don't swear, they're going to watch what you do, watch your behavior, and behave just like you do. As they grow up even more, as they become teenagers and start to drive, you know, we tell our kids not to drink and drive. Well, if you have 3 DUIs, they're going to say, well, if it's okay for mom and dad to drink and drive, well, I guess I can too. So they're always watching what you do. And we know this about children. The worst leaders in the world use this saying. They say, do as I say, not as I do. That's horrible. It's horrible advice. You know, people look at others for an example. That's what they're looking at, and that's what they're going to do. It's a great quote by Norman Vincent Peale that says, nothing is more confusing than people who give good advice but set a bad example. So we want to be a good example. Now let's carry this into drinka.c.t. The $1 million question in drinka.c.t. is, what do I want my team members to do? It's such an important question. What do we want our team members to do? Number one thing I want my team members to do is to buy a gold pack. So my prospects, after I introduce them to the business, they ask me, well, Paul, what should I come in with? What should I do? And I tell them, well, I came in with a gold pack. Now, I set a good example. If I came in with a bronze pack, do you think that prospect would ever buy a gold pack if I came in with a bronze pack? Never. So it's so important to lead by example, to buy that gold pack. When they ask you, what pack did you come in with? You can tell them, I came with a gold pack. That's how you make money the fastest here at drinka.c.t, by coming in as a gold. The next thing I want my team members to do is to use 2 drinka.c.t products every day. That's what I do. Actually, I use 10 drinka.c.t products every day. You have to lead by example. You have to use the product so that you can have product stories. And your downline will pick up on that. Your team members and your prospects will pick up that you're using the product because you have these stories to share with them. And they're going to be like, well, geez, if Paul's using the products, I should use the products too. Number 3, I want my team working on personal development every day. So what do? I do personal development every day. I spend 15 to 30 minutes every day reading something new. And then I can turn around and tell my team members what I just learned and that they should go get this book or read this article or watch this little video. They will do what I do. So it's so important to lead by example. Number 4, I want them to share their story every day. So my prospects heard me share my story. That's how I first initially contacted them. I started talking about my story. I asked them what their story was. They saw that. Well, guess what they're going to do too? Exactly what I did. They're going to start sharing their story too because they saw me do it. Now, if I did something else, they would have done that. Whatever you do is what your prospects will do when they get into the business. So it's so important to start setting example from second number 1 when you're dealing with prospects. Number 5, I want my team members to give out 2 samples every day. I want them to get out 10 every week. I want them to get out 40 every month. And I want them to get out 500 every year. And I've done that myself for 3 years straight now. I've got out over 1,500 samples. My team members see me do that. My prospects, they came to me. I told them my story, and then I gave them a sample. They saw me do that. So guess what every one of my team's doing? They're doing the exact same thing because they're thinking, well, I came in because Paul told me his story, and he gave me a sample. So that worked for Paul. I'm going to do the same thing. So I led by example. That's why my whole team is doing that right now and being extremely successful. Number 6, I want my team members following up with all their prospects. What did I have to do? I had to lead by example. I followed up with them. I handed them a sample and I called them back. I said, hey, what'd you think of that? How did it make you feel? And they said, well, it made me feel fantastic. So they saw me do that and they said, well, Paul followed up with me. I guess I should follow up with my prospects too. So again, I'm leading by example because I want my team members to do these certain things. So I have to do those things to them first. Number 7, I want my team to enroll 8 people per month as a preferred customer. So they see me, people, dropping people down my power light. As people see me signing up people and putting volume below them, they see that this works. They develop a belief in this system that this company really works. You really can make money here. So what do? They follow the system. They get out, they share their story, they get out the samples, they follow up with people, and lo and behold, they find people that love the product, and they enroll people as preferred customers. The next thing I want my team members to do is invite those 8 people to learn about the referral program, to send them to drinka.c.t, to send them to read the Act Advantage. Well, guess what I have done to every single one of my products or prospects? I've invited them to learn about the referral program. So they saw me do that. So I led by example. Now they're doing that exact same thing in their business. But if you didn't do that, they wouldn't be doing that right now. Number 9, I want them to convert 2 customers per month into business builders. So from these 8 preferred customers that we all have, to show those people the drinkactinfo.com website, the video on that site, or the Act Advantage, they'll be able to turn 8 of those people into business builders. 2 of those 8 people into business builders. And the reason why they're doing that is because they saw me do that to them. They saw me get them on the preferred customer program. They saw me send them to drinkactinfo.com to watch that video and to read that Act Advantage. And they saw me turn them into a business builder. So they see that it works because it works on them. I completely led by example with them. And last but not least, I want them to teach their team to do the same thing that I did. Now, if I'm not teaching my team, how in the world are they going to teach their team? They can't. So it all starts with you. You have to start teaching your team how to do this. If you teach your team how to do this, your team is going to start teaching their team how to do this. That's how this thing duplicates. It's all based on the law of the picture. People will do what they see people do. People will do what they see you do. And as prospects and as downline members, they are watching you. I know everybody's watching me. And everybody sees me do 10 things. That's the only thing that people in Drink.c.t see me do is 10 things. And those 10 things are listed on this screen right here. These are the 10 things that I do. And these are the 10 reasons why I'm successful at Drink.c.t. And that's because I lead by example. I lead by doing these 10 things. And by doing these 10 things, it makes me successful. It makes me lead by example. And that's why my team is growing so fast. So to really master this law of the picture, you've already watched this short video. Congratulations. I encourage you to listen to the 5-minute video, or I'm sorry, the 5-minute audio recording below this by John Maxwell. It's a great recording. Please take the 5 minutes to listen to that recording. It's excellent. Read Chapter 13 of the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, the Law of the Picture. Get out your highlighter because there's a lot of great sentences and quotes in this chapter. Make sure you got the book and you're making notes and you're highlighting things in that book. Read the applying page at the end of the chapter and actually start applying what you learned to your Drink.c.t business. Start leading by example. Read the questions under Appendix A and score yourself on this law. Get with your coach and ask him, how am I doing on this law? If you score low on this law, refer to Appendix B in the back of the book. Meet either one-on-one with your upline or in a small group to discuss this law. And last but not least, focus on being the example of what you want your downline to do because they will start doing the exact same things that you are.